Okay. So I think I said I was going to do one with GUI, but looking at some other ones to make it a little bit easier, um, I I kind of wanted to try something a little bit different. So I'm going to copy this out as well. Uh, I made a second one. I'm going to show you how to, um, yes. So see what happens if you don't do your imports at first. What I'll do is kind of pop up with this, like you need to import this. Yeah, import that. That's perfect. And I'm going to call it test 2. Um, all right. And then I'm actually going to copy and paste this method uh, because this one we're going to use exactly as we see it. And again, it's like, this is where I'm like, if you just did io.star, you wouldn't have all these different ones, but just for the sake of, you know, showing you how it would work, this is what you'd want to do. And then what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to steal this for now. Because I do need this. So this ends here. This one is going to end here. Now, what we're going to do when we do this is instead of doing, you know, the file writer and the buffered writer, I'm going to show you instead of the buffered writer, there's actually one called the print writer. It also works. It works the exact same way. So I actually can steal this one. So we again need to, anytime you want to write to a file, you're going to have to open up this one. There's no quarrels about it. So we do need to have this in our try catch though. And I wonder if you just, so you can, I'm going to undo that for a second. So when I clicked here, it gave me the two options. We're going to try to be more efficient. So either um, you can do this throws clause onto your, that would be, it would put onto here. I'm not really sure how that would do that, so I wouldn't do that. I would just do a try catch. So surround statement with try catch, and then it actually formats it nicely for you. You don't really want this one. Um, we're just going to print this. I'm just going to do that one. So we start with the file writer, no problem. Instead of the buffered writer, we're going to use the print writer. We'll call it PW is equal to a new print writer, and this takes in the file writer. Nope. And nice and easy, I'm just going to add that import. So you see how it quickly adds up all these things that we're adding to it, which this is insane, but these two don't need to be here. But it's just kind of like each individual one. So all you have to do here is it's a little bit different because instead of doing the buffered write, there is no write. So if you look here, all the methods, there's a write. But instead of using the write, you actually just use same as your print line, and you can just say whatever your text is. So some new text, and you end up doing that, as many times as you have to. Other text. Oh, not text. So when you do this, instead of using write, you just use write line, and then we still have to close it. And take care. Now, check. So we can at least do these two for now. No, these refer to these. So if we run this, while this runs, I'm going to get to. I'm on my other screen, so that's why it looks really, probably sounds really weird that I'm looking for something. So here is my new one. So that's using the print writer. It prints each line. It adds a new line at the end, just like with our buffered writer, what it was doing. Um, instead of doing a write and then new line, we just do print outline. So people like this one because it's very intuitive, similar to what we had just done. Now, what I'm going to do is steal this one because to read from a file, all we're actually going to do is we're not going to open up a file reader and then a print reader. There's no print reader or buffer reader. You can actually just open a scanner. So scanner, I'm going to call it scan, is going to be equal to a new scanner. And remember we kept doing in the brackets here system system.in. Well, that's because we were telling it. I think I said it in some of the videos here. Yes. And I kept saying in the videos at least was that the system.in meant the keyboard, like any input that was there. So now what we're going to do is you actually just put whatever your file is here. So you could actually put, if I knew, instead of making a method, if I was doing it in my main, I would just put this file right here. Because I'm making a method for it, I'm going to put it right here. So open to a file instead of keyboard. And then it's actually really interesting because all you have to do is you loop through. So while the scanner dot has next, so while there's something else, I guess we can do have next line. So has next just looks at each thing individually. We want to do each line. So while there's a new line, we're going to go string line is going to be equal to our scanner object dot next line, which gets the whole string here. And I'm going to do my system dot out dot println, and I'm going to print that line. And this here should show. Oh, I actually have to call it. Cancel that because you don't want it to refer to that other one. And here, now it's done it 3 times. But same idea. All we've done differently now is the same amount of work to write it, a little bit easier to read it. But it uses a scanner, which we're used to. So either one is okay. I'll post this code as well.